Hey guys, Daphne here. It's the end of March, and what I thought we could do today is I could walk you around and show you the plants that have been doing really well, that have surprised me, and that I have been loving so much. So if you'd like to join me on this, grab a cup of hot tea or something, and let's get into it. Right, so for the first plant, we don't have to walk very far. It's over here. It's my Thai constellation. For those of you that have been on my channel before, you would know that I repotted this as a crawler a little over a month ago. And this is something I'm experimenting with. So yes, it's in liquid, it's in a self-watering pot, but the more uncommon thing is that I'm trying to grow it crawling. This is the first leaf that it gave me as a crawler. It was already trying to come out while I was repotting it. I did also chop the bottom part of this plant. This is the top cutting. I wanted it to be able to stay in this pot for a longer period of time. And so this is the leaf it had before, and this is the new one it shot out. It's not as big as the previous one, but it does have more fenestrations, and look at how beautiful it is. It's gorgeous. I just can't. Even though it's getting very big, this monstera is still living on my kitchen counter. I will be leaving her here for as long as I can because this is the place where I spend most of my time, and I do like to keep an eye on her. She is actually working on another new leaf, so I'm excited about that, but this is going to happen next month for sure. I'm really hoping she grows up to be a beast and give me a real challenge trying to find her a big enough pot. Next on my list is this giant thing, which is my peace lily. I've been growing her for a year and a half now. She's been in Leca for about a year though, and she's just taken off in this time. She was just a tiny pot of bunched up together small rhizomes of peace lily. All the leaves were no bigger than this one, all of them. She was in bloom then. When people sell them, they try to make them as pretty as possible, and they give them hormones so they can mature faster than they're supposed to and produce flowers, which is, I don't think, healthy for the plant. So, you know, when I brought her home, I cut off those flowers because they were dying, and it had not flowered for me until it started last month. And now I have 5 of these amazing white spathes. They're dropping a lot of pollen, by the way. This is why the plant is wet right now, because I didn't want to show it to you all dusty and white. So I hopped into the shower with her and gave her a nice rinse of the leaves. And now she's fresh and clean. This is where she's living at the moment, in our living room. She used to be in my son's room because that's the brightest room in our home. So I just waited for her to bloom and moved her in here so we can enjoy those lovely, elegant flowers. Next on the list is my wonderful white Phalaenopsis orchid. I've had this one for maybe 3 years now, 3 or 4, I'm not sure. It was a bigger plant, but the actual Phalaenopsis orchid that was here kind of died off, and this was an offshoot of it, like a keiki down at the base of the plant, and I managed to regrow it, and I'm so happy I did because it's been blooming for me every spring. Just look at those white pristine flowers. I love this so much. Orchids I have not found to be very finicky plants, especially I've only had experience with Phalaenopsis orchids, so I don't know about the others. but the only thing they need is good lighting, not direct, absolutely not direct. And if you want them to bloom, you need to expose them to a bit lower temperatures during the night than during the daytime. This is my orchid's current location. It's on top of the fridge. It gets pretty low light here, but I'm not worried about this because it's already in bloom. It doesn't need a lot of energy at the moment. The only thing it needs to keep these blooms for longer is consistent watering, because if it dries up a bit, it might start to kill off the flowers. Okay, we're in my son's room now to show you the remaining two plants. And I think there's kind of a pattern in this video, because the next plant I want to show you is again one that is blooming. I feel like this is something so special. It's my first Hoya bloom. I really hope I can show you this well, because it's kind of backlit because it's next to the windows, but and don't mind my dirty windows. I can't wash them from the outside because I'm too short. And we are on the 6th floor. But I'm trying to get a good angle to show you this. But they are so precious and plushy and shiny. Are you getting this? This is my first ever Hoya bloom. Okay, I did not mention this is my Hoya carnosa jade, which is a variety of carnosa that's kind of more lime green and not splashy at all. So it's not a very showy leafy Hoya, but those blooms, man. And they smell so nice. They've been blooming for about 3 days now, and the room smells like chocolate. It's so pretty. So this is a second peduncle, and I do still have more peduncles coming in. Here you can see one in the back there. There's another one down here, and I've got some tiny ones. One here that's really only very small at the moment, and another small one here. So this plant is just going wild at the moment, and I'm loving it. I do have to up pot this plant because it's in a tiny 9 centimeter pot, and I've just been wrapping it around here for kilometers, it seems. It's 4 vines, of which 2 are really long. And this plant also just took off for me in the past year. I've had it since November 2023 not in leca, it was in soil. I took cuttings from it and stuck it in leca to propagate, and it's been growing in leca ever since, and I think it's loving it. It started to wrap around the cord for the blinds here, and it's just been loving life. I'm just going to wait for it to stop blooming so I can upsize it and give it a proper trellis, because this is just on like a piece of wire that's bent in a U shape and stuck in the leca. And last but not least is a project that I started with my son, which is something I've been trying to do, get him to be interested in nature and plants and the world in general. So this is a pot of herbs. It's our little herb garden, and what we've planted here, he chose these 3 herbs. So this is basil, parsley, and this is going to be chives, but it's still in the very beginning stages. He's responsible for watering this. So today when he comes home from kindergarten, he'll have to water this because I can feel this pot is very light. So it sits here in his window, in his room, because this is what I call the magic window, as I said before, this room is the brightest in our home, and this window is also the brightest, and everything just thrives here, as you saw with my Hoya. I'm not planning on moving it anywhere anytime soon. So these were my 5 favorite plants of this month. What were yours? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to find out. If you like this video, please give it a like down below. And if you enjoy my content, you can subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.